Hello everyone, my name is Fatima Granados, and for this final speech, I want to start off by saying how much I appreciated this class. And I feel like from the second we started the skill package and choosing our skill that we want to work on, I feel like I've been seeing improvements slowly, but for me they're noticeable. And the skill I chose was saying no, and saying no is, I realized that it's a hard skill for me. It's a hard skill for me because I try or tend to be a people pleaser and try to get other people's approval. And looking back to like one of the first skill packages that we did, I look back on what I wrote, and I seen that I mentioned like about my family and how hard it was for me to say no to them. And I feel like since starting this, I've gained the courage to say no, and I have been saying no to situations I get put in. And I feel like they're so used to me always saying yes, that me finally saying no to them, it made them like worry like if they did something wrong. But no, it's like I feel like from me just saying no, I feel like I'm gaining control of my life, and like I finally like gained the courage to like be a better human being and in control of my life and put myself first. And another like skill package that we did like towards the end that stood out to me was the one I created multiple questions and asked my friends and family on like related to saying no. And it made me realize that I'm not the only one struggling with this skill, and many of them are. And it just made me realize that like, oh, I could, if I'm going through a situation where like I'm struggling at saying no, that they can relate and help me and just like push through. And which I appreciate because sometimes like feeling alone and isolated isn't really good, like at least for your mental health. And just knowing that other people are out there that are also struggling and you're not the only one, and it's not like driving you crazy, because sometimes when you feel isolated and alone, it's just like you lose your mind, like, am I something wrong with me, like what am I doing, but I really appreciate that I was able to ask certain questions and realize that I'm not the only one in this situation. Yeah. And I really appreciate this experience with all the skill package assignments. It made me like reflect on certain, like, it helped me like gain tips on courageous to saying no and to not get put in peer pressure, or not to like give into peer pressure and related stuff like that. But yeah,